welcome to Tabletales. I'm Alejandro Tey. I'm the co-founder of Tabletale Games. I use he and him pronouns. We are a group of actors, authors, and performers making it easier for everyone to play their favorite role-playing games. So everyone you see on screen here is a game master who's excited to run an epic adventure for you and your friends. So today we're gonna play my adventure walk on the Feywild Side, but tomorrow we wanna play with you. More on that later. We begin our tale just outside of Stony Brook, a small village on the edge of the Wolfbrush Woods. More specifically, we're moving just to the Wolfbrush Woods right outside where a small hut stands next to a glorious little garden. There is a babbling brook that feeds into a lake in the distance. The sun is high and bright, sparkling off the water. Inside this cabin, a sweet older lady is preparing a pot of coffee. She pours it out and takes it on over to an elven gentleman who is standing there. She turns to you. This is Granny Altea, and she turns to you and says, "Do you like any sugar or sugar in your coffee? Perhaps some milk? Malatrick?"
Oh, no. Black for me. I prefer the thing itself.
Oh, well, in that case, it's done. Here you are.
Thank you, madam.
Would you go ahead and introduce your character and then yourself, Sean?
Yes, I am Malatrick Calaruine, though some call me Trick. And I am Sean Four. I use he, him pronouns. I am a comedian, performer, and storyteller. And one day I hope to open a D&D B&B, or Dungeons and Dragons bed and breakfast.
Yeah! I love that. Oh my gosh. And so Malatrick, if you want to give us a little bit about what is his thought or feeling being here in Granny Altea's cabin. Of course, you answered the call, the posting that was on the quest board that there was a missing child, that you were to check in with Granny Altea about a potential reward for returning him. But how is Malatrick feeling about this in this moment?
Well, I'm a bit nervous. I am rather excited, actually, to be out in such rustic climes. I'm used to a more urbane atmosphere inside castles and city walls, things like that. But happy to be outside where I first began my arcane education, actually. And to be returning and to be doing something good for a change.
Granny Altea sort of pulls back the pot, and you hear a roof from the ancient hunting dog that is sort of slooped over onto his paw, sitting there on the rug. And as he looks up into the eyes of a half-elven woman seated on a very squishy-backed chair, Primrose, you look down, you see Max there, you see Granny Altea coming to offer you coffee. The dog looks up at you with a look of intense sleepiness and sadness. It's one of those hounds who just like his whole face kind of, and he looks up at you. He seems to be trying to tell you something.
Sure. Well, I suppose if he's really trying to tell me something, I'll just cast Speak with Animals and we'll have a little chat.
As you go to cast Speak with Animals, you're about to cast it, and Granny Altea says, "Whoa, no casting inside. You need to go outside for that. What are you doing?" Didn't you see the
sorry.
sign? And she points at the sign on her wall that says no casting indoors.
I didn't. I'm ever so sorry.
That old hound has nothing to say anyway. Here, look. And she pours you a cup of coffee. Would you like tea or milk with that?
Do you have any sugar?
Oh, yes, sugar. And she wanders off to the kitchen to get you some sugar. Would you mind introducing us to your character and then yourself, Addie?
Sure. I'm playing Primrose, who is a half-elf bard. And I am Addie Gia. I am a writer and game designer and go by the pronouns she, her. And a fun little thing about me is that I am somewhat of a dice aficionado and collector. And I have over 200 unique polyhedral dice sets. So if you find some that are cool, let me know.
I keep wanting to look in the corners of your frame to see if there are dice hidden away, like ghosts in the corners.
It's too big to store in the living room without it being unseemly, but I do have a whole set, and I'm only playing with 7 sets tonight.
Oh,
so
I'm
we'll see
sorry.
how they go.
I'm sorry. Well, hopefully those 7 will be good to you today. Primrose. Granny Altea says, you can talk to Max later. Here, blunk, blunk, and drops a couple of sugar cubes into your coffee.
Thank you. And I'm just going to reach down and I'm going to just pet Max's schmoopy face and behind his ears in that spot.
He looks up at you, and as you scratch him, you hear a long little and this dog lets out just a horrid fart. And as he looks up, he seems much more relieved, much more contented. He goes,
I go to prestidigitate the air clean, look at the sign, and then just...
Amazing. Over on the other side of the room, next to the roaring fire, tearing into a little plate of snacks and treats that have been set out, is a large half-orc woman. Granny Altea comes over to you, Brig. Oh, I see you're enjoying. I've got plenty more sweeties if you're interested.
Oh. Yeah, I'll just take another plate of this. This was delicious, Granny.
Another plate? Because I have one. I have a couple more. Your whole another plate.
Yes, and some coffee.
Great. Well, growing half-orcs need to eat, I suppose. She goes off to fix you another plate, and the dog looks up at you and sees the candy that you're throwing in your mouth and goes,
and Brig turns to her right and just hiding behind her large frame, just pops it into her mouth while looking over her shoulder.
Would you mind introducing your character and yourself?
Yes, so tonight I am playing Brig. She is a half-orc barbarian. And I am London Carlisle. I am an actor, pop culture fanatic and game master, he, him pronouns. And a fun fact about me is that I was once in a Judas Priest / Whitney Houston cover band.
Did you join this, or did you help create this mashup?
We started it, me and my college roommate and best friend. We were just bored one night, so we're like, you know what would be a great idea? And there you go.
That's amazing. That's incredible. But back here in this cabin, right there with feet up on the table is the final member of our party, a halfling to whom Granny Altea comes over with the last cup of coffee and goes, 1 lump, 2, or how
2 sugars and milk if you got it. Oh, you know what? Just put it down. I'll go find the sugar. You got it right there? Okay, perfect. Yeah, you 2 lumps. It'd be great, thank you.
The milk's a little old. I got it from town a week or so ago.
Can you do a quick range sniff?
You do a quick range sniff. You don't need a sniff to see chunks coming out of this jar that she is pouring, just like bloop, bloop, bloop.
You know what? 2 sugars is great. You know what? I watch my figure anyway. I don't need the milk. It's great.
Oh, I understand. Well, here you go. And she hands you this rancid cup of coffee. Would you go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Sure. I'm playing Charlie Thistlefoot, halfling monk at Lodge. And I'm Zach Berenstein. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm a musician, event producer, and game master. And on weekends when I'm not playing role-playing games, I make dance music mixes for bar classes.
What? What is your favorite mix that you've done? Like, what are your go-tos?
Well, sometimes things just line up where Demi Lovato and Lizzo and Little Mix all release like big hits at the same time. Like maybe MNEK in there does a remix, and if they're all in like similar keys and tempos, and it just sounds like goes well together.
I thought you were gonna go Judas Priest. No.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, you've got the person right here. So, you all saw the notice then. You know that young Chan is missing. It's a horrible thing. I saw him taken, by the way. I saw as that horrible beast dragged him out into the wood. Massive creature it was. Beady, glowing red eyes, fur, fangs in the night, dragging that boy in a sack behind him, kicking and screaming. And, well, if I was just a little bit younger, I would be chasing after the beast myself. But I'm glad that you all answered the call. I'm happy to give you any more information, and of course, I've put up a reward from my vast stores. I used to be an adventurer, of course, myself, in my younger years. I retired now, but I still know that there are rights that need to be brought into the world to edge the wrongs out. Anyway, so that's about the long and short of it. Are there any questions?
Did you see what direction this furry guy was headed?
Oh, even better than that, I can show you. Come here. And she drags the 4 of you to the small window, the little, 4-square window in this cottage. No actual panes of glass. And you peer out as she points towards the edge of the woods, about like a few 100 feet or so off. And there is a copse of trees, growing rather oddly. The branches are twisting into each other as if the branches of these trees grew into one another, forming, it almost looks like a doorway. And she says, right through there, the beast dragged the child. Horrible it was, horrible.
And this doesn't happen with any sort of frequency, does it?
No other children have been taking, if that's what you're asking, but I do have fears about what the beast was.
What was it? Do you have any idea other than it being furry and such?
Well, I can tell you this much. It took the boy on the full moon. And if my adventuring chops tell me anything, I bet we're dealing with a lycanthrope ready as not, which means you all will need to go prepared. And she goes over to a little like mud closet that she has there. And as she opens it up, it's like hoarders, just like boxes start pouring out, old rusty weapons and armor, and just like, Oh, sorry, it's from my old adventuring days. Sorry, one second. And she starts rifling through, and she pulls out some gleaming weaponry. Every single one of you can, if you so choose, can take a silvered weapon of your choice from Granny's stores. She says, now, I fought some lycanthropes back in my day, and if I know anything, you're gonna need silver to hurt them. Any of you ever faced down a werebeast?
I believe rather recently we took on some were-rats.
This was bigger than rats! Oh, this was far bigger than rats. Twice the size, 3 times. Horrid creature it was.
Well, then we better get some serious weaponry. Well, that's awful generous.
Indeed, I suppose so. This looks rather finely crafted, I say, picking up a nice silvery dagger.
Oh, well, you sure you don't want the big one? And you see that Granny Altea, for as elderly as she is quite spry. And you see that she has that like sinewy, strong, like old woman muscles that she, like clearly former adventurer and clearly like she is tilling her own garden. She's like pulling up the tree stumps in the backyard. She pulls out a massive greatsword and is like, "Woof, woof. This is what you're gonna need to face down a creature that size."
I tend to use my brains more than my brawn in such a confrontation.
She throws the greatsword down and chunks it into the wood.
But I know someone who might want it.
Granny, hey, Granny.
Yes?
Can I? That sword? Can I?
Oh, by all means, be my guest. This will be our first roll of the game. Roll me an athletics check.
All right, let's do it. So, total of 7.
You go to pull, it is like pulling the sword up out of the stone, even though it's just like wedged into this wood. You're like, and Granny like chuckles a little bit. I'll help you out. And between the two of you, you're able to like wedge it free.
Thanks, Granny.
Sure you can handle that?
I'll certainly try.
Well, good. You're gonna need it.
And then like Brig kind of just like pulls it up the best she can and stores it away, not wedging it too deeply down. And she doesn't want Granny to help her again out of pride.
Amazing. Granny goes, nothing silvered for either of you.
Oh, I'll take if you got anything, like a little club, a little hammer, a little mace or something. Let's see, what do you got in here?
Oh, you know what? I think Maxwell was playing with a silver hammer. She goes down to the dog and like plays tug of war for a little bit and like finally, eventually like, stupid dog, and hands you over Maxwell's silver hammer.
Charlie picks it up and goes, Well, bang, bang, bang. This will do all right. Okay. No, thanks.
And you, my dear?
Well, I could use a bow or a foil or a rapier or a dagger.
I think I've got just the thing for you. And she like rifles through for a bit and eventually emerges with a box full of bags. And it even says, she's like scribbled on it in some sort of like chalk or coal. She's scribbled bags. And she goes, here we are. And she pulls out a quiver of 20 silvered arrows. She hands it over to you. Oh, well, I forgot about these things. Would you like some bags? And she turns over the box and bags just start spilling out. Well, here we go. Catch! And she throws over to Trick. Trick, you catch a pouch that seems a lot heavier in your hands than it ought to be. And as you like mess with it and open it up, you see 4 beans inside there.
I'd never leave home without a bag. Or beans, I suppose.
Someone sold me those a while back. I was investing it. Well, no, it wasn't a great trade, but they're yours if they can help you bring this boy back and kill that terrible beast. Let's see here. Yes. She chucks over to you, Charlie. She chucks a bag. It looks like a satchel that has stitched into it a smiley face on it.
Oh, look at this cheerful little guy.
Yeah, I figured a little folk like yourself might need to carry a lot of things, and you can put a lot more in there than you'd expect.
Oh, well, I like to travel light, so okay, if it's not going to slow me down. Can I peek inside and see if there's anything already in there?
When you look in, there is just like a yawning portal of just empty space and just like.
Whoa. It's big on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a pocket.
She throws over to you, Primrose, an adorable little stitched yarn sack, and inside there are several fuzzy balls of yarn.
Cute. Thank you.
You like speaking to animals, do you?
I like speaking to everyone.
Well, if you need someone to talk their ear off, you can throw out one of those balls. It'll become a little critter, and they vanish with the morning. But in the meantime, they're mighty helpful companions.
Granny, that's amazing. You're wonderful.
Oh, I wouldn't say. They're just little things you pick up now and again when you're on the road. And for you, the sweetie eater. Here you go. And she places a massive jug in your hands. There appear to be many different corked stoppers around the jug, and each one has been labeled. You see beer, honey, acid, poison, water, mayonnaise.
Yes, mayonnaise.
Granny?
Ah.
One question. You've never, mixed up any of these, have you? Just asking.
I don't think so. I wouldn't try it now, though. You could only make one thing per day.
Noted. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure I know where the beer is. Then we're good.
There's that one. Oh, very good. Okay.
She sits it down next to the sword.
Now, let's get down to brass tacks. I know if you're anything like me, you want to know how you're getting paid. Well, I did put a bounty out for this beast. If my theory is correct, the boy is long gone. Devoured, destroyed, ripped to shreds. But if you can bring back at least a token for his family, that will be 100 gold each in your pocket and 200 gold to bring me back the head of the beast. I've got a nice place on my mantle for it. I'm going to put it right there.
Oh, okay, that's very nice.
Lovely, it will certainly look there.
You've come to the right people for it, Granny. I have some history with hunting, and my friends here are more than capable of tracking this thing down.
All right, just be careful you don't get bit now. That could end up a little bad for you. Cursed bites, cursed, horrible, corrupting influence, those were creatures. Corrupting influences.
I'm pretty sure there's no possible way I could get any hairier, so we'll just see about all that.
Yeah, you say that now. I find new hairs every day. Anyways, if there's anything else you need, by all means, but otherwise, I think I hear a copse of trees calling your name.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for everything you've done for us already, Granny. The coffee was excellent.
Oh, would you like some more to go? And she's already pouring rancid milk into a new cup.
No, I'm topped up. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want some?
He just takes Brig just reaches out, takes the rest of the mug that she didn't finish and just downs it. Curdles and all.
Delicious.
Thanks, Granny.
So you all know that there is a boy taken by probably a werewolf into the woods. Is there anything else that you are doing here, or do you head straight for that copse of trees?
Can we take a cursory look and see if there's still any footprints or weird
Absolutely. I will say that anyone who is proficient in survival can roll me a check right now.
Not
It
Charlie.
won't be Charlie.
21.
Brig is on it like a bloodhound. You're just like, I've got it. There are indeed tracks, like massive footprints, and you see that they are like gross, misshapen humanoid footprints, but like massive size. So they could potentially be for a werewolf, but they're like, they look humanoid, but with like claw marks on the end. And they are heading directly through that copse of trees and then vanish.
Well, it feels as though we've almost already been rewarded, Trick says, holding up the bag of beans. And if Granny is correct, and she seems very intuitive that this young boy has already been devoured, what need have we to risk our own hides being devoured by a werewolf?
But Trick, it's the thrill of the hunt. If we bring back that head, we get even more gold.
Yeah, I mean, let's not be so hasty. I mean, he dragged the kid away in a bag. So if you want to just eat the kid, he would have done it here, right? So there had to be some. Maybe the kid's fine.
Eat here? You wouldn't take food back to your home to plate it properly? Brig, you must understand these things.
Yeah, you do want it hot most of the time, but then again, it could go either way, guys, you know?
Okay.
Well, Trick, if you're too frightened, you can stay here and we'll take care of it.
What? Frightened? No, I'm merely being
No,
practical.
I understand. It's very scary. If it wasn't for the fate of this boy potentially being alive and we could stop him from suffering and bring him home to his family and he could live happily ever after, if it wasn't for that thought, I would be too afraid to go in too. So I understand.
Well, if you think he's alive, certainly
He could
we
be.
should. Well, of course, we should check on him, see if he has all of his limbs.
Uh-huh. Do you want to hold my hand?
No, thank you.
It's okay. You can hold her hand. I won't make fun of you.
I'm aware that I can. I
Come
think
on, Charlie. And I'll hold my hand out to Charlie.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, princess. Wait, we'll walk off to the portal. See, it's fine, Trick. It's not scary at all.
In that exact moment, you hear Charlie saying, "See, it's fine," and vanishes along with Primrose.
What? Where did they go?
To the same place that creature did, no doubt.
Well,
Maybe they're in its home right now, in its den, being torn limb from limb. And I step toward it, but like, don't go all the way.
and as
So
soon as
like,
you...
I'm checking to see if Brig is also going.
Well, as soon as you say that, by the time you're like stopping, Brig just like bolts off, like track runs through.
You run as fast as you can, Brig, and vanish. Trick, you are alone in this clearing before the woods.
I sort of edge shuffle-wise in tentatively, gingerly putting my foot through the doorway, and then go all the way in.
You step through, and immediately your perceptions shift and change around you. Where once was a beautiful, glorious, sunlit day, it is now immediately twilight. Or it feels that way, but it may just be that you are surrounded by tall trees. As you look up, there is no break in the canopy to the sky, and yet there is still light down here as small motes of light seem to drift at the edges of your vision, strange, vibrant colors bristle as if in the breeze here. Mushrooms in glorious colors sprout from the roots of these massive, massive trees. And there is no end to this forest in sight. You see, Trick, that Primrose and Charlie and Brig are all in a heap after Brig ran full speed right into Prim and Charlie, and they are picking themselves and dusting themselves off.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, no, I get it. It's fun to go fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is anyone hurt? Are you all okay?
5 fingers, 5 toes. I'm good to keep going. Where the heck are we, by the way?
I don't know. It's pretty, though.
Everyone can go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
It's a 13 for Malatrick.
4 for Brig.
3 for Charlie.
17. So maybe I do know.
We'll start with Trick. Trick, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are not where you once were. Perhaps you have been teleported. Perhaps you have been phased across the continent to where the time is changed and different, for it is surely twilight now upon a double check. And so you are, oh no, perhaps you were time shifted. Maybe you were time shifted and thrown across space. Where could you possibly be? Primrose, you've heard these fairy stories. You're in the Feywild.
Friends, I'm afraid it is impossible to know not only where we are, but even when.
Oh, I think we're in the Feywild. Trick.
What?
The Feywild, it's the area where, elves and fairies and other sort of fey creatures come from.
Well, I suppose that is among the possibilities of
No, I'm pretty sure. I know, I've read all the stories, like a lot. And this is actually what it looks like. It's, it's all green and twilighty and sparkly. And well, I think that's where we are. I'm pretty almost very positive.
Well,
for sure.
Your certainty is certainly comforting, but the Feywild is a most dangerous and obscure place. It is a place where the insubstantial becomes substantial, where emotions and colors run wild and free.
You feel a slap across the face, Trick, as a passing colored breeze goes, "How's that for insubstantial, buddy?"
What? How dare you? Charlie, was that you? I've seen you hit someone very quickly like that.
I love this place. Can we stay here forever? I feel like it just gets me.
Don't say that. Don't ask that.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay.
Lest the answer be yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fine. Listen. What I'm wondering is substantially is Briggsy. You seeing any more of them footprints around here, or?
I wonder if I do. They disappeared back in our plane, but here, let's see. Am I able to check?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me another survival check.
9.
So here are a couple of things. You do see the tracks, but they appear for only there are a couple of steps of tracks, and then they seem to fade. And behind there is nothing, and there's no copse of trees here forming a portal back.
Okay, so we got some more of those tracks here, but how do we get back?
Another disturbing thing that you notice with that 9 check, Brig, is that as you get low to try and ascertain just like the divots of this clawed, monstrous footprint in the dirt, your own hand presses into the soft soil, and as it pulls back, the soil like a memory foam mattress just like springs back up.
But the other tracks are still there.
For a step or two. So there's there doesn't appear, at least from the tracks, a way to follow this creature. As the four of you look around, you see that you are on sort of a natural path here in the forest, not one that has been built or crafted in any way, but just through sheer use. The denizens of this forest have just walked and moved along this trail long enough to create a slight break in the foliage and undergrowth.
So the ground has no short-term memory, but long-term memory it has.
I mean, as long as there's a path, maybe we could follow it, find some type of civilization, someone who would know what the heck's going on, maybe see a kid.
Indeed, if they have a library, I can even find a way to get us back, given a few decades of study.
Well, let's not hold our breath for a library. Yeah.
As you all discuss there, Trick, indeed, the long-term memory of the soil is kicking in, and you see slowly but surely these tracks of this monstrous creature are filling in, as if you all discussing it is reminding the forest of what creature walked through here.
You guys seeing this too?
I do believe the dirt is trying to talk to us.
Yeah, let's keep talking about this this big-footed monster dude.
It's a big
Wait,
hairy monster dude.
Bearing a sack, kicking and screaming.
The trail spreads out along the path for you. This marks of this creature shoot off in the distance. And as it does so, the forgetful forest slowly starts to fill in behind. So you can see the trail now stretching out, but behind where it started is now starting to fill in.
Looks like we got ground to cover.
Let's go.
I suppose we make haste.
You all are racing ahead. As you are moving, you are seeing lights in the distance, just little bobbing lights that seem to be beckoning you forward, as if to say, come, this way. And they are all in the direction of those monstrous footprints.
Wait, are you guys making the dancing little lights up there? Or was that this just already comes pre-lighted?
Is that you, Trick?
No, I don't remember doing that.
You rush forward, and up ahead you can see that there is sort of a babbling little brook and a nice stone bridge crossing over it. And beyond that, a horrifying sight. A tree has been severed at about like the 20-foot mark. Someone has like roughly chopped and carved in, like defacing the tree, steps leading up to where the stump is, and you hear the braying and cries of a horse. And everyone go ahead and roll me a perception check.
It's 5 for Charlie.
4 for Brig.
Charlie, it's a little high for you to see up over. Brig, you are like focused on this trail. You're gonna follow it. What did you roll, Trick?
A 21 for Malatrick.
A 21. As you hear that braying, you see the creature on the stump seems to be like bucking against invisible restraints. A magnificent white horse with a pink mane and a spiraling horn out of its head. Every time it kicks and bucks, the unicorn showers glitter down off of the stump. And I will say with the 21, you also see that some of that glitter is surging through the brook itself. What did Primrose get? Just wondering.
A 15.
A 15? You definitely see that unicorn up there. Just barely out of your eye line, you see just the top of a head and a horn.
Oh no! and I am going to just run over.
In order to run over, you can either cross the bridge or you will have to like leap over the brook.
How far is it?
Let's go to our map, shall we? You'll see here is the stone bridge and that babbling brook. And then just past that is a unicorn being held by invisible bonds atop this massive tree stump.
So it's not too far over the brook?
You think you could probably leap it?
Okay. I've read enough books to know that bridges are dangerous. And I'll go and I'll run and I'll jump over it.
Make me an athletics check.
Oh no. 13?
A 13. You leap just past a creature that barrels its massive head out from underneath this stone bridge. A monster, an ogre with jutting teeth, red billowing smoke pouring out of every nostril. You make it to the other side, but this creature... How dare you not pay the toll? You crossed the river without paying the toll?
What's the toll?
What's the toll? And he tears and rips at his hair, which immediately turns to smoke and dust. What do you have on you, little one?
Lots of stuff.
Let me see it. Like? Let me see it.
Oh, sure.
What does Primrose pull out?
Oh, I have some perfume.
Yes, leave it on the bridge. Leave it on the bridge. What else?
I have... Ooh, do you like soap? I have some great smelling soap.
Leave it on the bridge. Leave it on the bridge. Yes. What else?
Do you want some new clothes? I have one of my favorite costumes with me.
Will it
It
fit?
stretches to fit. It's very stretchy.
Well, leave it on the bridge. Yes.
Well, if you don't want it, I'll keep it. I've got other things.
No, I want the clothes. Yes. At this moment, the massive ogre creature turns and whips around, his head like pouring smoke out. A couple of things happen here. The first thing is that Primrose, you can hear behind you the unicorn, as it brays, seems to shudder and shimmer, and there is a strange sound in the air. And if you were to look back, you would see that some of the colors have begun to drain from the unicorn's form. But the second thing that happens is that this massive ogre turns back to the three of you on the other side and says, "If you want to pass my bridge, you must pay the toll."
You heard the man. Tricky, pay him.
Yes, while Primrose was distracting him with soaps and perfumes and luscious silks from far off lands, I was like quickly gathering up some pebbles from the ground and with the bag of beans that I received, I'm pouring out the beans into my satchel.
All of them?
And what?
All of the beans?
I'm taking the beans from the pouch and putting them in my satchel.
All of the beans?
All of the beans.
Okay, then this is what's going to happen. I need everyone to roll initiative. As you pour out all of the beans pour out in a stream and explode. So first, give me your initiatives.
It's a 7 for Charlie.
10.
6.
16.
So this is a 10-foot radius that this explodes as you pour them out. So that is going to be a radius of fire around you. That is just barely going to catch the three of you on that side of the bridge. We get to do a fun effect here. Let's do a burst of flame.
Whoa.
As the beans explode around you, I need the three of you all on that side to make dexterity saving throws.
21.
8.
Oh no.
8.
Oh no. Trick and Brig, you take 12 points of fire damage. Charlie, you take 6 points of fire damage. And the monster in underneath the bridge, this massive ogre creature goes, "Are you trying to kill me? I will not stand for this." And the monster reaches underneath the bridge and picks up a stone and chucks it at you. And he misses with a 9. A stone flies past into the shrubbery behind you. Primrose, what would you like to do?
I think I'm going to run up the stairs to the unicorn.
Okay. As you run up the stairs to the unicorn, it is very narrow up here. I'm gonna have you make a DC 10 acrobatics check.
19.
19, no problem. So nimble. You dance your way up to about here with 13 feet of movement. You sort of like get halfway up the stairs, 10 feet up the side of this massive stump. Would you like to dash and make it all the way, or is there something else you would like to do this turn?
I think I would like to dash. But before I do, I will cast Healing Word on Charlie.
On Charlie. Charlie, you are healed for... Oh.
No. Charlie made the save, right?
Charlie made the save. Charlie made the save.
Okay, then, sorry.
No worries.
Then Trick.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your healing word. And as you shout this... What is your healing word, by the way? What do you shout?
So it's less of a shout, and sort of more like an arpeggio. So it's like, feel better.
I dare say none of the divas I did special effects for ever sang quite like that.
Nor did they heal you whenever your special effects backfired on you the way this one did.
So it's actually 3 plus 4, so it's 7.
Brilliant. You were healed for 7 points, Trick. Amazing. As you rush up this tree, Primrose, you get to the top dashing and you see a circle carved into the stump, glowing. And this unicorn seems to be trapped within it, crying and screaming. You see bits of strange shadow energy swirling around it, a yellow, like putrescent glow in its core and starting to spread. And it looks like a clear glass of water where you like drop a bit of food coloring in it and it's like spreading out. And with that, we go to Trick. It is your turn.
Kill you? No, not at all. Merely trying to have a suitable receptacle for my payment. And I drop the pebbles into the Sack.
You go
while
to drop the
casting-
pebbles, and he goes, "No!" and he picks up another rock. "Don't do that again."
Well, I'm casting minor illusion to make it look like a bunch of brilliant gemstones are falling from my hand, and because I'm an illusionist, my minor illusion can also make a sound.
So tinkling.
So I'm gonna make clinking and tinkling and like glittering noises.
Considering that you and Brig and Charlie are the only ones smoldering right now, as soon as you drop those in and nothing happens, the boulder comes down a little bit. Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not great at this,
Well, we can
but
see
that is a 20.
No way. The ogre says, "Okay, I will let you live this time. Drop everything and run. Run back to from whence you came. Leave your treasures on the bridge, and you can leave with your lives."
All right, I'm going to gingerly step up to the bridge, lay the sack of gemstones on it,
He winces a little bit, but nothing happens.
turn around, and Misty Step.
Oh, snap. So, in a puff of smoke, you vanish and Misty Step to the other side of the bridge, I imagine?
Can I get up like as close to the stump as I can?
Absolutely. Another burst, a puff of smoke, and you appear on the other side. The ogre does not appear to have seen you do this, just saw you vanish, and turns back to Brig and Charlie to go, "Leave your treasures and run like your friend." The unicorn goes next, and on its turn, the virulent, sick, poisonous fog fills it up like being blown into like a glass sculpture of the creature. And it becomes opaque once more. The glowing runes atop the stump stop glowing, and the unicorn purple shadow puffs out of its snout, and it turns back to look at you, Primrose, with a deep, all-abiding malevolence and hatred. That's the unicorn's turn. Charlie!
Is there a bush large enough nearby that Charlie thinks he could leap across the stream while having partial cover from being seen by this ogre?
Okay, hold on. You need to explain this. Are you saying you would like to leap across the stream into a bush, or are you saying you would like to jump into a bush and Looney Tunes style leap over the stream whilst hidden by a bush?
I would take either, with preference being the latter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, as you look around you, you see that there is a rather large batch of mushrooms kind of growing here. If you could chop one of those, you could wear it maybe like a hat and leap over. You also see that on the other side of the bridge, there is a patch of shrubbery that is big enough to hide in if you want to run, jump, and hide.
Okay, yeah. I think the move is, okay, big guy, your bridge, your rules. We're just gonna head upstream over here and be on our merry way. Okay?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, leave your stuff first.
Oh my stuff. Oh
yeah.
Listen, I like to travel light, and I take out my empty bag and just kind of shake it open on the ground. It says, so I mean. Look, I don't even wear shoes. I'm a halfling, so.
Well, leave the bag. I'll take the bag.
But no, see, my dear, grandma. I'm just.
Hey, if he's not crossing the bridge, he doesn't have to give you anything, big man.
That's kind of the rules of trollship, right?
but I want a bag. Fine. You can go. Rules of trollship win the day. Next time, you're gonna have to cross a bridge. And you're gonna have to come past me. And then you're gonna leave a bag.
I'll tell you what, next time, I'll pay you 2 bags. I'll double.
How quick can you bring the 2 bags?
Well, next time I need to cross the stream. It's all about location in the bridge game, right? So
people have to cross this bridge all the time.
Here I go off stream. Briggs, I'll catch up with you later. And then, the goal is to, through combination of running, dashing, and step of the wind as well, just like kind of strolling behind a bush, like grabbing some branches, and then just when the time is right, just doing like the quickest little like, like right across the stream into a bush on the other side.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Okay, we are going to call this a stealth check, because this is you, as much as you're pulling all of these shenanigans, it also does rely on him not seeing a bush rush and jump across the stream, which he probably also would want a toll from. So roll me a stealth check.
Oh, that's a natural 1. +6 is a 7.
That is not going to beat the 8 that he just rolled. As you sneak away, are you getting in a bush or a mushroom? I need the visual.
Whatever's closer to the stream, so probably like a few branches, just kind of.
Well, that's your problem right there. As you go to snap off a few branches, you've basically just got him like right here in front of you, and you run. Hey! You leap across no problem, but he 100% sees you. That's going to be an issue.
Okay.
That's Charlie. Brig, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm crossing that bridge, but I got a gift. All right? And Brig reaches into like her belt area, and she pulls out one of the trophies from a previous hunt.
What does it look like? What is it?
Yeah, so it's this antler. It's like this singular long antler from a deer type animal. That was the feast of her clan. So, holding it out, she almost does like a dog, like,
where's the rest of it?
And Brig looks down at her belly and rubs it. This is all that I have.
You ate my gift.
Listen, do you want this or not? It's pointy. See?
All right, leave it on the bridge.
And she plops it down on the bridge, and hoping that's enough, begins to kind of walk over while keeping her eye on Big Man.
As you walk forward, this ogre here does not part for you, does not sort of let you pass, but neither does he approach or touch you in any way. He turns and raises his rock up even higher and says, "What else do you have?"
And she's trying very hard not to pull out a weapon and be like, I have this as well. But she says, well, I have some sweets from Granny's.
Sweets. I want the sweets. Yeah, leave them on the bridge.
So with a big handful of sweets and the little pastries and the little moldy pieces from the milk fall onto the bridge.
The sad but precious offering is there. The ogre does not move. That is your action, Brig. Is there anything else you would like to do? Would you like to try and just push past him? Are you gonna stand your ground as he kind of like picks through it and looks back up and says, What else do you have?
Yeah, Brig is just gonna just like shoulder nudge, walk past at that point.
You go to shoulder nudge past, and your shoulder passes through nothing, and the illusion goes transparent. The ogre is still there, but having made physical contact with it, you can see that this is just an illusion. That actually brings us to the monster's turn. The ogre goes, crap. 1 second. 1 moment. And runs underneath the bridge and then returns bigger than ever. Now this monster has grown to immense and horrifying proportions and goes, yeah, there we go. Just leave everything that you have. Primrose, you are up. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, you are up on top of this stump, and you see that this unicorn is filled with this shadowy energy. And it's looking at you with hatred and anger in its eyes.
Okay. So I take a deep breath, breathing exercises. And then I'm going to walk forward slowly towards the unicorn. And I'm just gonna go, you can't stop this feeling deep inside of you. And
as you go to, do you touch the unicorn?
And I'm about to touch it, yeah.
As you go to touch it, the unicorn radiates a hurting touch. You magically lose 4 hit points, and you are now poisoned from this corrupted unicorn's hurting touch.
Okay.
It stings. It feels like your hand where you touched it is like immediately boiling over, like you touched a super hot frying pan or something.
Okay. But am I touching it?
You are touching it.
Okay. I'd like to try and cast Lesser Restoration. And I'm you have a bad feeling.
As you cast Lesser Restoration on this unicorn, you see that some of the corruption draws back into it, and it reverts to its sort of like midway, sort of transparent, pink, glowing aura form as some of the fog clears.
See, it's gonna be all better.
The unicorn is going to go next. The unicorn draws away from you and goes to crush you with its hooves. That is going to be a 24 to hit your armor class. You get bashed with unicorn hooves for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's a lot less than I thought. Wonderful.
That's the unicorn Charlie.
I still can't really see the top of this tree trunk from my halfling angle, can I?
You cannot see the top of this tree. Roll me a perception check.
Cool. See if I hear anything, maybe. Okay, that's a 19.
With a 19, you don't see the top of the tree trunk, but right behind you, you do hear some like rustling in the bushes behind you, and you hear someone whispering, drop everything there on the bridge. Drop everything there on the bridge. And at the same time, you hear, drop everything there on the bridge. Drop everything there on the bridge.
Yeah, Charlie's going to whirl around with his quarterstaff and kind of like pole vault into the spot where the noise is coming from feet first.
Roll me an attack.
Okay. Yes, that is a 25 for 7 points of bludgeoning damage with my unarmed strike.
Your feet careen right into the jaws of a hapless satyr who flies out of the brush. He is holding a strange sort of shell, like a massive conch shell that he's been whispering into, and it rolls out of his hands. And he goes, "All right, okay, I get it. Jig is up. I understand. Look. Let's let bygones be bygones, right? How about you carry on your merry way, and we'll forget we ever met, huh?"
First of all, we keep all the stuff you got from everybody, including that horn. And second of all, you tell me what the heck is going on here.
Well, okay, sure, of course. What the heck is going on here is I got a horn. It lets me conjure some illusions and, hapless bypasses hand over their goods when I scare them, right? It's just some pranks, right?
It's not a bad gig as long as nobody gets hurt, I guess. But
yeah, no one's getting hurt here. No one's getting hurt. The illusion can't even harm anybody.
Have you seen a big hairy lycanthrope carrying a little kid in a sack?
Wait. Are you talking about Lou? Lou isn't carrying no kid. He would never hurt anybody. He's harmless.
And where would I find this Lou?
Lou, well, he's in a cave over yonder. I mean, I could take you there to him if you need, but, listen, Lou's a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, I mean, he'd hurt a fly. He wouldn't hurt anyone sentient. Well, he did hurt that deer once, but he didn't know the deer was sentient. He was just hunting. A guy's gotta eat, right?
Fair enough. So you stay right here, and I'm gonna get my friends, and you're gonna take us right to Lou. Otherwise, the only thing I'm going to be leaving on that bridge for you is a knuckle sandwich. You got it?
Okay. Hey, you all are all together. Did you bring the unicorn?
There's a unicorn?
And as we find ourselves in this fey place with a corrupted unicorn trapped atop this circle of power with Sal, the satyr, and his buddy Lou, who apparently is the lycanthrope you're hunting down, with an illusion terrorizing Brig no longer. I assume Brig is scooping up all of her candy and sweets. That is where we will take a brief break. While our adventurers take a brief break, I wanted to take a moment to talk to you, our dear viewer, about what it is we're doing here. You see, we hope that you're enjoying watching us play, but you could be playing with us. That's right. Here at Tabletale Games, we are making it easier than ever to play your favorite role-playing games whenever you like. We run drop-in public adventures every week that anyone can join. Whether you're looking for a single night of adventure or a weekly campaign, all you have to do is just sign up, show up, and have an awesome game just like this one. If you're brand new to role-playing games, or if you're looking to learn a new one, you can join one of our Learn to Play sessions and we can get you rolling. But wait a second, what if you've already got a party and all you need is a world-class game master to run an epic campaign for you and your friends? You can book our actor and author game masters on your schedule, and our booking platform makes that a snap. And we offer so much more than just epic fantasy adventures. Our game masters will have you stealing cursed pirate treasure, conducting cyberpunk corporate espionage, exploring the furthest reaches of space, or absolutely anything you can imagine. Choose a game system, choose a setting or a style, and we can handle all the rest. Plus, if you're looking for something truly special, we can even create and run original adventures based on your ideas. You could have a published RPG author or an award-winning playwright crafting your next adventure. So, as you're watching the rest of this session, don't forget that everyone in this game is a game master who wants to take you on your next adventure. When you're ready to get in the game, visit us at tabletalegames.com and let's get rolling. And now, back to our adventure. Okay, let's get back into this, shall we? So, last we left our heroes, you are here at this crossroads in the Feywild, just past this burbling brook and this stone bridge, being guarded by what we now know is an illusion of an ogre under the bridge, of a troll under the bridge, being cast by this satyr. And Brig, as Charlie knocks this satyr to the ground and the conch falls from his hand and rolls off into the grass, the ogre disappears, and it is your turn.
Nope. So Brig looks around. Hey, big guy.
No, it's good. I took care of it. Don't worry about it.
Great. And she gets down on all fours and picks up the sweets
That was
and
me.
the thing.
Sorry. Although if you wanted to share some of those for later, that, we could share a little, we could do a trade. I've got some sweets too. Maybe we could, some mortal sweets, some fey sweets, do a swip swap.
A swibbity swap would be pretty good. I want some of those fey sweets you mentioned.
Absolutely. I've got you
right
covered.
there. Be right there. And she kind of runs over.
Meanwhile, up on top of this tree trunk, a very different kind of battle is taking place. Primrose, you have just been pummeled by this negacorn, as we have coined over the break. The negacorn looks back at you, and it seems like that shadow is starting to fill back up again.
Okay. Ow. I look at my hand and I look down. Is this like a glyph on this tree trunk?
You see whatever has been carved into the trunk that was glowing earlier has faded. It appears that whatever magic was cast here to both trap and corrupt this unicorn, the casting of that or the completion of that is done. Now it is all gathered into the unicorn itself.
Trick?
Yes, I'm on my way.
I don't know what to do. How do I help it?
I saw some of its glitter falling off of it and into the stream. Maybe it needs that glitter?
Trick and Primrose, I'll have you roll an Arcana check.
Oh, it's a natural 20 for a total of 26.
Your player instincts are fully backed up by your character's arcane knowledge. You have studied in the academy, you studied unicorns and their healing effects. There is no reason to believe that this unicorn, before it's corrupted, wouldn't have shed some of its healing effects in the stream itself, and therefore would be able to use the stream in order to heal itself. Yes, it all makes perfect sense.
Yes, the glitter in the water. Charlie, Brig, do you have a bucket?
I got a bag.
I got a very big jar.
Are they watertight?
Close enough.
Amazing. We're going to say, Primrose and Trick, is there anything else you want to do on your turns?
I think I want to cast message and try to communicate with the unicorn and say, hang in there, you fair fey creature. We will return your glitter to you.
You receive a whisper back, and the whisper that you receive is, kill, eat, devour, kill, murder, kill, stab, kill, murder, stab.
Glitter now!
Primrose, is there anything else that you were holding on to?
I think I'd like to hold my turn.
What are you readying? So instead of holding your turn, what are you getting ready for? What do you want to do?
Oh, sure. I guess I'd like to take the help action when it gets to that point.
Smooth. So you're gonna help like pour water on this unicorn or feed it to it or something like that.
Yeah. And I guess also I'll just take a quick bonus action to just inspire Briggs, and I'll just You're so quick, and I admire you very much, and I believe that you can get here really super quick.
As you send that magic out to Brig, the unicorn is going to spend a legendary action. It's going to spend all 3 of its legendary actions to hurt others. It is going to deal 2d8 plus 2 worth of necrotic damage to Brig.
No, Brig.
So as it sees the person that you're trying to help, the unicorn turns and fires off a ray of sickly yellow-green, like pus energy that strikes you, Brig. You immediately feel sickened, and you take 10 points of necrotic damage. And then it's the unicorn's turn. So the unicorn is going to try and stab you with its horn, Primrose.
Sure.
It runs up to you. What is your armor class?
13, but
Okay.
I'd like to use cutting words.
Go for it.
And I'll just sort of like I'm feeling a little hurt, and so I don't have it all together, but nope.
As you nope this unicorn that tries to stab you, go ahead and roll your bardic inspiration. It rolled a 15, so you need just a 2 or higher.
Okay. It's a 4.
It pulls up real quick and you hear it like in the back of your mind going, nope, nope. Is that all you have to say to me?
Nope.
The unicorn shivers and changes as it's struggling with its own corruption. That is going to be Charlie.
I look at the satyr and at Brig and says, "Oh, okay, I guess we gotta go find this glitter." And then I'm in the stream with my bag and
the bag of holding is actually great for this.
And a bag of holding, yeah. Trying to pan for glitter, I guess.
Yes.
You're panning for glitter.
Just open the bag underwater.
Amazing. This water rushes into this bag. And it's pretty much full, but when you lift it, it's the same weight that it always is. You have a massive amount of water in this bag. There was like a miniature whirlpool, like a sink, just like twister sucking into the bag. It is full of water. You are ready to go.
Okay, then that's probably my action, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
sure is.
How would 70 feet get me up to the top of?
Ooh. Are you trying to, let me ask, are you the kind of monk that can walk on walls yet?
No, I can't walk on walls yet.
Okay, all right.
I have to go up the stairs.
So this is what I'm going to say. 70 feet we can measure out, sure, certainly. But if you want to do some flippy monk kind of stuff, you can make me an acrobatics check.
I'll do you one better. I say, Brig, just like we practiced. Remember? Okay, get ready. Put your hands out.
I remember.
And
Brig readies herself.
I turn to the satyr and I say, I might be a halfling, but we call this the whole fling. And then I sprint at Brig as fast as I can, and leap off as she hurls me towards the tree.
Amazing. Okay. Charlie, make me an acrobatics check. Brig, make me an athletics check.
Okay.
fantasy ball special.
Okay,
the
yeah.
whole fling, my gosh.
I mean, I'm inspired, but I don't even need it for this. So we're at 24.
That's just a 13 acrobatics.
Just a 13 acrobatics into Brig's powerful swing. She hurls you up there. You land with like a little bit of a, like you don't stick it perfectly, but you land up top and stumble out of it to face this wild, corrupted negacorn.
And do I have enough juice to kind of just like open up the bag onto this unicorn?
We will say that you have the thing open, and as you push the back end of it forward, just a torrent, a stream's worth of glittering brook water flushes out towards the unicorn. And when the water ends and drips off, the unicorn is not wet, but is gleaming and glowing back to its whole wonderful self. We are out of initiative. Woo! Good job, y'all. The unicorn, shakes out its mane, and there's no water, but there are just like sparkles and light that shimmer down towards the tree. And where the shimmers hit the tree, new sprouts begin to grow. And the unicorn looks toward you all and says, "Come, we must away. This tree will grow and be restored under my care. We should not be here when that happens, for I would hate to harm you further. Upon my back for swiftness."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Primrose right now, like,
Whole party turned to Primrose for guidance on unicorn riding.
Yeah.
You leap on its back, Primrose, and I imagine you take Charlie and them with you.
I lean down to offer Charlie a hand.
Yeah.
The halfling is up there. You hop on this unicorn's back. She bounds majestically and lands down at the base of the tree. As you look up, you see the tree is already repairing itself under the unicorn's care. The unicorn leans down to let you all off and turns back to say, "You have my utmost thanks. How could I possibly repay you for the kindness and the care that you have shown me this day?"
how do you get that effect? The glitter, the glamour? I must know how you do it. It's gorgeous.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's a celestial.
If only I could produce such scintillating colors.
One day, if you truly study your illusory magics enough, you will come close, and even a fraction of this majesty will be enough to satisfy you for eons of your unnatural life.
Okay.
Sorry to be talking so creepy. It's a bit of the corruption. It's still...
So when we're done with the candle talk, hey, we're here looking for a little kid. You seen like a werewolf dragging a little guy around in a bag?
There is a werewolf that makes its lair near here. I believe you have already found one of his closest friends. And Sal pops up from the bushes. Yeah, that's me. Sal the Satyr. And is like picking up his conch to like blow on it again. And as that is happening, the unicorn says, "The werewolf is of no harm to anyone, but the hag that trapped me in that circle back there, why, she is definitely one to to be wary of.
Does she live around here?
To my understanding and knowledge, she does not, but would wish to. She has been attempting slowly to corrupt this part of the wilds. She almost succeeded with me, were it not for your aid. And I was able to help heal this majestic tree.
Well, if this hag you speak of is in the business of corrupting harmless creatures, perhaps this Lou has had contact with her.
I pray that you are not correct, but for me, I must away. There are other parts of these wilds that will need my healing touch. If you need my aid, you have but to call on this. And the unicorn swirls its horn around in the air, and as she does so, a wand appears for anyone to reach forward and snatch.
I'll take it.
I have contained a small portion of my essence into that very wand, so that if you come across corruption yourself, or if you are in need of healing, you can utilize my powers, even if I am not there.
Thank you.
You are ever so welcome.
What should I call you?
My name is Theolosophus.
It's a beautiful name.
Why, thank you. Not many pronounce it back to me on the first try, and I understand. It's a little, well, it's Theolosoph. If you're going to write it down, is anyone writing? No, is no one going to? Just for the.
I already wrote it down.
Oh, beautiful,
course,
excellent.
yes,
I just want to make sure you get it right for the story you tell of this day when you met me, saved me, and I disappeared into the twilight night. And the unicorn gallops away on a rainbow bridge into the twilight.
Okay, so she seemed like a pretty nice gal. So let's we going after this werewolf fella? You know, Sal said he'd take us right there.
Hey, okay, all right. Let's ease up with the going after part. It seems like you're gonna hurt my buddy, all right? Look, Lou's a great guy. I promise. You look. You know, if you think he is like just a stand-up guy, just like me. All right, we would never hurt anybody.
Well, we don't want to hurt him. We just want his head.
Well, I think first we can talk to the guy. You know, just see if he saw anything.
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, follow me. As you head off, you are now deviating from the path, deviating from the trail. But Sal knows exactly where you're headed and is taking you in the direction of what appears to be a mountain range of some kind.
I think as we're walking, I've been perhaps a little sulky in the journey, and I say, everyone, I just want to apologize. I'm terribly sorry for that display back there. I had no idea that when I poured those beans out, they would explode on me. I only wish Gradiel Tey had explained what they did.
Hey, you know, don't feel so bad about it. You're a smart guy, but you can't know everything, right?
And Sal's illusions, I couldn't even pierce them. Illusion is my speciality. And how did you do it?
Oh, it wasn't me. It was this thing. And he holds up the conch that he was whispering into. Here, give it a try if you want.
Oh, yeah. I start experimenting, playing around with the shell. Like tilting it in all directions, whispering all manner of things into it, listening.
As you whisper into it, the illusion of that ogre appears again. And anything that you whisper into it and the way that you are able to move around, it copies you as it goes. It takes but a thought to instruct the illusion to appear to be doing whatever you wish. You see that you can like lift up illusory boulders, but you don't really have any control of anything else you can interact with.
Sure.
And you see now why the ogre was reaching underneath the bridge for boulders, because here out in the open, it appears to just be grabbing them out of nowhere. It's doing that like video game inventory thing of like, aha! Aha! You also see now why the ogre had to throw the boulder over your head and like off into the tree line, because upon impact, it just vanishes.
I gotta say, your instinct, Sal, for stagecraft is really excellent. You know, I used to work on this kind of thing in my previous career.
Wow. Hey, I mean, if you want to train me for that thing,
I may have an offer for you, but I'd like to meet your friend first.
All right. Come on, let's go. He sort of like pounces and prances his way through the forest, and you make your way indeed to the entrance of a large cave. The cave is dark and dripping, and you can see there are shadows playing tricks along the walls. Under no seeming light, they beckon you forward and disappear into the darkness. Sal goes, this is Lou's place. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
And you say he's a pretty cool guy. Wouldn't hurt more than a fly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to catch him in a bad mood or nothing, but most of the time, he's pretty chill. Come on. Oh, hey, mind your P's and Q's, and make sure you don't be, just be careful casting anything, any kind of powerful magics or anything like that. You'll see what I'm talking about, but it could could get pretty wonky in there. All right, come on. And he leads you in as you make your way through this winding, like natural stone tunnel. It opens up into a massive cavern. There are stalagmites forming a standing circle of stones around a glowing pool. There are pink crystals that are humming with arcane energy. Those of you who are proficient in Arcana could make me a check. An Arcana check here.
That's a 21 for Malatrick. Rolling hot on these knowing stuff.
Malatrick, you feel your own internal arcane energies doing flip-flops. It's like what you and I might feel if we were like very susceptible to like motion sickness on a roller coaster. Like you feel that energy, and you know that you are within a pocket of wild magic. You see within the circle of stalagmites there. As you walk in, there are also some branching pathways, and there are some stone rock outcroppings that are up a little higher. And within that circle of stalagmites, next to the glowing pool, is a human man. Looks a little scruffy. Has, kind of dirty clothes that it looks like he hasn't washed in a bit, kind of raggedy. But he's just sitting there munching on something. Sal goes, "Hey, Lou, I brought some company by." Huh? Oh, okay. I wasn't really prepared for no company. Howdy, you want some? And Lou hands you some unknown hunk of meat that he has been tearing into.
Is that beef there?
Beef? Nah. I killed this a few days back. Fresh hunt though. Fresh hunt. It was a wily thing to get too. They're small, but they're fast. Here, give it a go.
Is there any way that I can sniff it and see if
There is.
Brig registers?
There is.
Okay,
Roll
I'll
me
do
a
that.
nature check.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. 17.
17. With a 17, Brig, you perhaps have never smelled a meat like this before, but it's probably not little boy.
I'll take it. And just take some of the meat.
Oh, hey, come on. Leave a little bit for, okay, all right, you can have that one. Hey, Sal, what's the story with these folks? I don't know, Lou. They were interested in coming by to see if for some reason they were hunting you down. He turns and snarls. Hunting me down? For what?
What? Look, we're here just making some inquiries, asking some questions. There's a little boy who got dragged away in a sack by a big hairy lycanthrope type. And we didn't think it was you. We heard you're a nice guy, but we were just wondering if you knew anything, had seen anything, or.
I wouldn't kidnap no kid. What are you talking about? Sal, didn't you tell? Hey, I told him, Lou. I told him you wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, that's not true. I've hurt flies before. No, I know. Well, I know, but it's a term. It's an expression.
Lou, you seem an honest fellow. Do you have any enemies?
Enemies? He says, no, I mean, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I have been on the run for a little bit, but now that I'm here and I found this great place, well, I ain't going nowhere. This is kind of a paradise for me. Hey, check this out. And he goes to drink some of the water, and you see that he had scratched himself a little bit, and part of his fur was matted and torn. And as he drinks some of the water, it he's a very hairy individual. It grows back over his arm. He says, it's pretty great. I guess, is there someone who'd be after me? No, I mean, I don't think so. I think I got away pretty clean.
You got away? Got away from whom, may I ask?
From whom? No, from where? I dipped out on home a long time ago. Well, it was the darndest thing. I got bit by a wolf a long time ago. I was a little kid, and some bad stuff started happening around, and so I figured, why not just make sure that I can't hurt nobody? So I ran off into the woods to sort of make sure that I didn't hurt my family or no one. But it turns out that I found myself here in this place, and the wilds are great because it's twilight all the time. The moon never gets any bigger. So I'm completely in charge of my changes here. It's great. I mean, I've got a bit of a skin condition sometimes, but I'm in control of it now. So I can make the skin condition presenter. I have control of that. So don't you worry none.
Malatrix starts pacing about the room and stroking his chin and muttering to himself as he starts to piece things together.
As Malatrix starts to piece things together, what is Brig thinking about this new information?
Well, yeah, Brig speaks up and says, "Well, is there anyone else here that's that has this same skin condition?"
Well, not that I've found exactly. There's a lot of creatures that undergo odd transformations. Not odd, they're great. They're beautiful transformations. I'm still working on my appreciation for these creatures. But everything is a mite more whimsical around here. It ain't no danger, especially not to me. I mean, when I'm what is Primrose thinking about all this?
Well, I'm still pretty hurt. And seeing sort of that pool, I wonder, does it always heal you?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, be my guest. Drink up.
Thank you.
Anyone who wants to can drink from this stream. You gain the effects of a healing potion, essentially. So roll me 2d4 plus 2.
Yee. So I have a 7. That's what I rolled.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, all right. So
that's-
2d4 plus 2, you heal that up.
Charlie's also gonna splash some on the scorch marks from where he got blasted.
Does Charlie what is Charlie pondering as you sit here and share and as Lou kind of goes, "Hey, come on now, share the hunk, or please share the hunk," and ask you to pass the hunk of meat around.
So, I heard something about this hag type been hanging out,
Oh my God, what a pain. Yeah, she was here, said that she wanted these crystals.
Oh, and did she make her way out of here with some of these crystals?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't suffer no hags around here. I know what they do to kids. No, I ain't suffering none of that. Back home, I had a little brother. I would do anything for that little kid. All right. And I am not about to let hags find their way into my place of domesticity.
Eureka!
What?
That's the missing piece.
What?
The one thing that is desired but is not yet attained. Your home, Lou.
What the jibber jabber? What are you talking about?
Why, I knew as soon as I heard that you were a harmless or worthy fellow that something didn't fit.
All right.
You see,
Yeah.
there is someone out there, Lou, who wants you dead, who wants your head on a platter. But why? I could not imagine. As you
No,
seem
I
to be
can't
a
either.
Friendly, hospitable fellow.
Yeah, real friendly.
And there is a hag in these woods. A hag who desires children. A hag who desires...
As you go off explaining this, Lou bursts forth from his flesh, canine lupine spout sprouting. There is a yellow, sickly, disgusting, putrescent mist around his eyes as fur sprouts from his back, long claws and teeth. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Prim has an 18.
Malatrick at 16.
Brig at 15.
And Charlie at 12.
Okay. So here we are. You can see this cave system. You see these pools, the glowing crystals. You see that as Lou changes and morphs into his werewolf form, he falls to all fours for a moment and his head gets dunked into the water, and let that sort of purple shadowy mist spreads out into the pond. And as he looks up, he looks hungry for blood. Primrose.
And I'll run away.
Excellent. You have a bunch of places to run away to. There are many, many shadowy places in this cavern. If you want to take cover, you can hide behind any of the stalagmites. There is also what appears to be a rock outcropping that leads further deeper into the cave over here. The entrance that you came in from is this way.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's in, but I do know what's out. So I'm going to run out.
Amazing.
Well, sort of out. Like, I don't want to leave my friends behind. But also, this is terrifying.
Beautiful. You run out of here. The most direct path takes you tromping through the pond. but I don't.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
No.
Of course
Nope.
not. So you can brush past Trick and Charlie and squeeze out and dash all the way out to here. As you run, are you shouting anything to your companions that you are kind of leaving behind?
Sure. As I like scooch by Trick, I'll like put my hands on his shoulders, and I'll just be like, I think you got this, buddy. and I will use one of my last inspirations.
Whoa. Okay. And Malatrick, being so inspired, what do you do?
I steel myself, nod, and say, a hag who is at this very moment trying to interrupt my revelations. How rude! Show yourself, hag! And forgetting momentarily that there is a wild magic in the room, I will cast mage armor, girding myself in a resplendent, glowing panoply.
Roll me a D100 if you would be so kind.
I would love to do that. 53.
Your mage armor surges over you. What does your mage armor look like, by the way?
Yeah, I think it's it looks like a glowing like powder blue translucent panoply, a suit of armor for someone much bigger than myself.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
It would be my pleasure. That's an 9.
That's a 9. What's your spell save DC?
14.
In this glorious armor, Trick, you have just charmed yourself. Anything else, Trick?
What does that mean exactly?
You are charmed by yourself. You have so what it is just mechanically, the last creature you targeted with a spell had to make a wisdom save or be charmed by you. That's you.
Gorgeous.
So you have advantage on saving or interactions with yourself as you talk yourself up, right?
I'm feeling really confident.
You cannot actively harm yourself.
I can't attack myself.
Yeah.
I hate to be that person, but don't you have advantage on being charmed?
Being charmed by yourself.
I willingly choose to fail.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Moving right along. Brig, the hunk of meat was in the process of being passed, and right now you see these massive claws and talons on Lou as he hulks out. What are you doing?
Okay, cool. So, as this passing of the food is interrupted, there's a rage boiling inside of Brig as she's readying this primal energy inside of her that just comes out whenever she's threatened. She doesn't act on that yet, though, but she's preparing to, dodge or move out of the way of any sort of action that will come at her.
Absolutely. So you ready? So you take the dodge action. Are you raging or are you not?
Yes.
Okay, you're raging and dodging. Primrose, as you are running out of the chamber, you feel a bite at your heels. There is something or someone nipping at you, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll that. That is a 15 to hit.
Oh no, that does hit.
You take 5 points of piercing damage, and you see behind you is
a werewolf now?
Max, the hunting dog.
Max?
Who is just
Snoopy?
nipped at your heels. So Max is suddenly in this space, biting at you.
Charlie's trying to figure out when the werewolf got dunked in the pool. Was it more that the werewolf evil Kool-Aid is corrupting the pool, or the werewolf evil Kool-Aid is being dissolved in the pool? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Roll me an Arcana check or investigation. I'll take.
They're the same.
Or insight.
Insight. Now that's something that Charlie can do. And that's a whole 11.
A whole 11. With a whole 11, you can tell looking at this furious werewolf that if it was cleaning his corruption, whatever is going on with him, it's not working because he's still pretty mad. And the pool is no longer glowing the same lovely, beautiful way that it was before.
Okay, that's bad news. Charlie's going to turn to Trick and say, yeah, okay, you got it in a one. Let's go find this hag. I'll take care of the big guy. And Charlie's going to Charlie's going to do a bunch of cool, flippy, hoppy jumps with the quarterstaff and kind of spin around, half somersaults, and then right as he gets up close to the werewolf, just gonna take the hammer off the belt and just whack right at the kneecap with the silver hammer.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's a 2 for a total of 8 to hit. Don't think that's gonna
An 8 is not going to hit. No.
But luckily, I can make an unarmed strike just for show. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, and your strikes are magical?
They are at level 4. They are not.
You do 0 damage.
0 damage.
You punch this werewolf for 0 damage.
Okay, that was on me. Okay, all right.
Lou is going to turn towards you and attack with all he's got. A claw goes to scrape at you. That is a 2 to hit. And his teeth come in to bite at you. That is a 17 to hit.
That's my AC. That does it.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Oh, that's a 7.
You take 8 points of piercing damage, and everyone, you all see Charlie's eyes fill with that same yellow putrescent energy. Charlie, in this moment, as you are contracting werewolf-like lycanthropy, are you going to embrace the curse or fight it?
Charlie was feeling pretty good before this. He was going to try and fight that.
You're trying to fight it. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a 19.
You feel the curse take hold in your blood. But it's twilight, there is no full moon, and as you struggle to put away this blood fury that has come upon you, as you all see like Charlie's feet just sprouting more fur than they already have, you hold on to your mind, you close your eyes, and you shut out the whispers of Granny Altea in the back of your mind saying, "No, it's okay. It's okay. Just give in. Give in. You've always wanted to let loose. Do it. Do it."
Charlie's saying, "Nope, nope, nope. Guys, I got bit by a werewolf. Nope, nope, nope. Hey, nope, that's okay. Granny Altea, nope, she's trying to get my brain. It's bad."
He opens up his eyes, and Charlie's eyes are clear. They are no longer clouded. And you are not, you are still cursed with werewolf lycanthropy, but you are not actively changing at the moment. Sal, the satyr, rushes up and is going to try and help, like, calm Lou down if he can. Hey, come on, buddy. It's okay. I promised them that you wouldn't hurt a fly. Look. Think of all your favorite things. Meat, blood, the fury of the hunt. I mean, oh, crud. And up on one of those tall ledges, Granny Altea hobbles into view, and she says, "You know, why couldn't you just do what adventurers do? They go into lairs, they kill monsters. There's your monster right there. Kill. Bring me back the head. Remember, don't you want gold? All adventurers want gold, don't they?"
Granny Altea, I knew it was you. Fortunately for us, some adventurers want to do good in the world and make a difference instead of puttering around noble houses for 300 years. I knew you were behind this ever since you gave me those cursed beans.
Well, you may have figured me out, but I know one other thing that adventurers like the real Granny Altea like to do. They like to get eaten by hags. And her skin grows as if something is boiling underneath, and it splits at the seam as this vicious green face bursts forth with grease pouring down, warts and pustules, and she continues to grow and grow and grow to monstrous proportions until there she sits upon her ledge. Whatever was wearing the skin of Granny Altea stands before you now. And she's gonna cast some spells. She's just gonna cast some spells. Let's see here. Granny Altea, or whatever she actually is, whatever horrible, wicked, fiendish name, is going to look down past you all there to where the stalagmites are growing. And she is going to fold a mote of this sickly, putrescent yellow energy and just blow it out towards you. And this horrible soap bubble flies in your direction and pops, covering... how much can I get you all? 20-foot cube? I can. Getting everyone except Primrose. Can you roll me wisdom saving throws?
21 for Charlie.
7 for Malatrick.
11 for Brig.
Malatrick and Brig. Oh, Malatrick, you can roll this with advantage.
Ooh. Then instead it's a 20.
Brig, you are the only one whose eyes cloud over with this yellow. You feel the rage in you. You are already raging, but now you see how your friends need to feel the fury of your blade. And I also rolled a wild magic surge for Granny Altea. She rolls a 71. You see Granny Altea shimmer and glow silver. Her skin covers over. That's a thing that happened to her, as she is resistant to all damage for the next minute. I wish I had like a phone to snap that. It was a 71. That's Hag. Primrose. You see the blink dog Max is nipping at your heels, having just poofed right behind you. Granny Altea has revealed herself and cast some sort of horrible, disgusting, mucusy spell on your friends. What are you doing?
So I guess the first thing I do is go, no, bad. And then I'm going to cast Bane on Granny Altea, or, the hag. Also Max and also Lou.
Ooh, I wonder, can you get them all in that? That's great.
Oh, maybe not. I might not be able to reach Lou. It's 30 feet from me up to 3 creatures.
No, Lou's a little far away,
No.
but you can definitely get Granny Altea and Max. They are going to roll, let's see, Granny Altea.
It's a charisma saving throw.
Granny Altea rolls a 14.
Shoot.
And Max rolls a 10.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, so Max is basically reverse blessed. Which I guess is good for me. And shoot. And then I presume I have to roll a D100?
You do.
Potted plant.
What did you roll?
100.
100? You regain all your spell slots.
Okay.
All your expended spell slots are back. You feel yourself surging with magic as you cast this spell and expend this energy. The pink crystals in the cavern gleam and just like a pitcher refill you to the brim.
I feel kind of great.
And there you are. Trick.
I will respond to Granny Altea. As a matter of fact, I don't like being eaten by I didn't have something prepared for this. And I am going to cast Scorching Ray at Granny Altea, pointing 3 fingers out and blasting 3 flaming rays which curve and arc around her sides. The first one is a 21 for
Absolutely hits.
for 5 fire damage. The second is a 19 for 4 fire damage.
Ooh, yes.
And the third is an 11 for 5.
The 11 does not hit. Roll me your
Fair.
D100 though.
Let's spin the wheel. 17.
As you are casting this scorching ray, part of that fire energy drips and dribbles along your arms, and they lengthen and grow into wings of flame. You grow wings and gain a flight speed of 30 feet for 3
awesome.
hours.
What?
Quite literally, hell yeah.
Unfortunately, there is one other thing.
Oh.
These wings are sprouting from your arms, which means you will be either you can fly or cast somatic components, not both at the same time.
I can fly.
Okay, great.
Yeah. How high is the ceiling of this cavern?
60 feet. It's massive.
All right. Then I soar 30 feet in the air and say, "Ha ha! On wings of flame, I come to strike you down, hag!"
You shout that as the flames are bursting and bubbling around her form. You see her skin char and slough off, revealing like green and yellow muscle underneath. And she goes, "Is that a threat or a promise, big boy?"
I am a big boy, aren't I? Still charmed, by the way.
We cut over to Brig. Brig, it is my sad duty to inform you that you are to take an attack on Charlie.
So sorry, buddy. It's not okay. Wow, okay. That is 20.
I'll do it.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, so that damage is, and what is that with? Is that with anything particular? I had the great axe.
You had the great axe out?
Here.
Great. Then swing with that great axe.
All right. Okay, cool. So that ends up being And I'm raging too, so that ends up total 17.
Ooh!
Ouch.
Guess who's got hairy feet and 1 hit point?
As you strike your friend, go ahead and make me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, yikes. That is a whole 2.
A whole 2. Your eyes remain clouded, and mucus is just dripping down from the tear ducts. That's Brig. Max the Blink Dog is going to bite you again. With a natural 1, you see he is like baned and hurt and just like nips kind of like he's not really into it. And he just like, oh, and he vanishes and appears right here next to the other combatants and the pool. That is Max's turn. Charlie.
So Charlie's in a real bad way and figures he's already kind of a werewolf, so what the heck? So he's gonna get a big drink from the pool.
Okay. You take a big drink from the pool. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That is a 13.
A 13. Roll me 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Great. That is another 8 hit points. I'm at 9.
You heal, and as you drink, you feel Granny in your mind. This slimy green hag is like just in there, going, haven't they ever annoyed you? Haven't they ever left you high and dry? Charlie Thistlefoot, you have so much to be angry at them about. Strike out! Look at you, being carved like a chicken dinner by your own friend Brig. She doesn't have any problem striking you down.
Yeah, I guess you make some fair points.
You say, yeah, I guess you make some fair points, but find that your mind is still your own.
Great. Then
with the 13 saves.
Then that's marvelous. So then what Charlie's going to do is do another step of the wind to make the disengage action as a bonus action. And then just going to move just as far away as possibly can, coming around the corner and then going up there.
They're all coming to play. As Sal is trying to hold Lou back, Lou turns and snaps on Sal. You see he slashes at Sal with his claws, who's thrown, bleeding to the floor. Sal goes, no, don't you remember me? It's your pal, Sal, buddy. Think of all the great times that we had ever since you ran over here. You needed a friend. I was there. I helped you out. And Lou blinks and shakes his head and is stunned there for the moment, attempting to grapple with some emotional turmoil. Granny Altea, seeing the two of you all coming, lines up her shot and she goes, and a bolt of lightning.
Wait.
Yes? Yes, Primrose? Yes?
No, you're so bad. I don't know why you're so bad. And it's not funny and it's not fair, and you killed that pretty Granny, and Max deserves a better owner, and these are good people, and you just stop it.
You think? And lightning surges across this place, lighting the cavern up with green, sparkling energy.
Well, I hate to be this guy, but we are on different levels.
It's true, you are, and it goes like lightning does.
Fair.
Thereby making sense of 5E's ignorance of heights and things like that.
D&D is non-Euclidean.
The geometries of this Fey realm. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throws.
Wait, am I inspired?
I inspired you before I ran away.
Oh, good. Thank the gods. That gives me a chance. Okay, that's a 13 still, which isn't great.
As you see sickly weeds and disgusting plant life just sprout out of her pores, she grows a beard made of dead, rotting, moldy flowers. And as far as the damage that y'all are going to take, what was your roll, Charlie?
I rolled a 2 for a total of 8.
Oh, no. Then you are going to take all of 19 points of lightning damage.
You see a tiny little 3-foot skeleton just kind of blinking for a couple seconds, and then a sprinting halfling just kind of face plants and skids into the stone.
Okay. Malatrick, where are you sitting at?
Well, wait. If I made the save, do I take?
So you take half of that.
So I take 9.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get that lightning bolt does strike through me, and I begin to plummet from my 30 feet up in the air, but I can catch myself. I am still conscious.
Incredible. That's going to be Primrose.
Okay. I take out the unicorn wand, and all I have written down is that it does healing and other stuff.
You feel the wand inside this cavern of wild magic is vibrating wild.
And I pointed it at Charlie, and I do magic at it.
Roll me a D100. Okay. You're gonna roll me 2 in a row. Give me the first D100
okay.
roll.
All right. So the first one is an 85. And the second one is a 2.
So this is what happens. You point this wand at Charlie and you fire. In sharp contrast to the dead, rotting flowers that have sprouted and grown on Granny Altea, Charlie grows gorgeous, beautiful, vibrant primroses. And as you do, Charlie, roll me 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. That is 17.
17. You are healed for 17 hit points. And Primrose, you feel the wand in your hand is sparking arcane energy, just flying everywhere. I'm going to need you to give me a D100 roll at the start of every single one of your turns for the next minute.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Do I have a bonus action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just gonna. We're here now. I'm gonna cast a 2nd level healing word on Trick.
Typically that wouldn't.
Oh no, because I used the wand. It wasn't my magic.
You still cast a spell, but I'm going to allow it to work because of the overcharge in this wild magic zone.
Oh,
Go
sure.
for it.
Well, you could say no.
Oh, okay. I'm so in. Do you think I want you to roll less on that wild magic table? Like, what? Come on, what are you talking about?
Okay. Do you want me to roll the wild magic first or something?
No. Go ahead and roll your healing. You get off that spell.
Okay. So that's 4 plus 6, so 10.
Nice. 10 hit points. And go ahead and give me another D100.
They haven't let me down yet. 79.
As you cast this next spell, there are primroses that are sprouting all over Charlie. And around you, glorious, beautiful, glowing pink and purple butterflies just start to fly around this entire place. You have illusory butterflies and flower petals that flutter in the air within 10 feet of you for the next minute as well. You are just sparkling with radiant energy. It's gorgeous.
Oh, man.
Disney princess time. Here we go.
I guess.
Malatrick.
I've made a terrible mistake, as all of my damage dealing spells require somatic components, which means I'm going to have to get creative. Fortunately, I say, looking back at Lou, it seems like this slavering brute is about the intelligence level of the groundlings I typically play to. Sal, I'm going to need your help with this. And I cast Minor Illusion on Granny Altea's head to create the image, you know, like in cartoons when people are starving and like the person they're on the deserted island with like turns into a piece of meat.
Yes.
I'm going to turn Granny Altea's head with my Minor Illusion into a big sizzling like ham hock.
Incredible.
And I'll say, Sal, I need you to complete the image for me. Lou, your true meal lies over there.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
Well, it's a 10.
It's a 10? I'll roll his insight. That is a 5, but hold on. It's a 5 on the die. But according to this stat block that I have in front of me, his insight modifier is a 0. So that's a 5. You are doing that. You see that Max has turned to bite it. I'm gonna say, Brig, roll me an insight check as well.
Okay, got it. Okay, that is a 2.
Brig, there's a big honking piece of meat just sizzling and stewing. And as you hear the howl of the wolf, you turn in the direction of what it's howling at. It looks tasty.
And Brig wants it. So am I just like going, and that's up on top of...
She's pretty far away. What's your movement speed?
Just 30 feet.
As you rush past Max, the blink dog, he goes to try and take a bite out of you. And he fails. He just... he's not having the best day. Brig, that is your full movement speed. Do you want to dash up to that meat?
I do, yes. So I'm going to use this action to dash as far as up to there. Yes.
You bound up over these stone steps, almost cracking into this pink glowing crystal in the process. And you get right up in Granny Altea's face. She turns to you and goes, "No, it's not possible. How did you counter that ability? I feel it is... Her mind is still mine, but you've turned them against me. How?"
with the power of meat.
Charlie.
Charlie, after like a delayed reaction, does like a forward somersault out of a faceplant, like, ta-da! Hey, I don't know what you do this, princess? I feel great. This is wonderful. I've never felt this is like flowers all over. Oh right, we're fighting. And then he goes to climb up the precipice to hit this hag.
It is primroses against dead, rotting weeds. You climb on up. You're right up in her face.
Cool. So yeah, climbs on up, dusts himself off, and then swings the quarterstaff like a baseball bat right at the nearest kneecap as hard as he possibly can. That is a natural 20, folks.
Ooh.
So let's make that 2d8s for a total of 12 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, where you smack into Granny's kneecap, the knee pops and swivels around and then lands back in place with a and just ooze is coming down from right where you hit her.
And for his next trick, Charlie's gonna go, that's gross. Let's not do that again. I'm going to flurry of blows for trying another two unarmed strikes, which is just him stomping on her toes. And let's see. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit?
And a 10 would not, I imagine.
A 10 does not.
So that's going to be 7 more bludgeoning damage, and she must make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
She rolls a 16.
Which will save, so she's...
As you jam on her foot, they just burst like fruit gushers. They just like... Ow, ow, ow! And she like is holding on to her oozing foot. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm glad I sent you here. I thought you might want to do this for me, but instead I see that I can have a lot more fun devouring all of you. That is going to be, and as she says, devouring all of you, Lou, the werewolf, is being held onto by Sal, and Sal just lets him go as he bounds past the blink dog and shows up essentially right next to you. Brig, you are going to have to fight this werewolf for your meal. He goes, that meat's mine.
You gotta go through me before you get that meat. That one's...
They are both still essentially charmed. They might fight each other, but we'll find out what happens next. As it is Granny Altea's turn. First, let us get a little distance from this situation, shall we? And she holds onto her mouth and nose and breathes in as her head expands like a balloon and then pops. There is like green goo that just slathers all over. And when you next look, Granny Altea is gone. That is her turn. Primrose.
I rolled a 47.
With a 47, Theolosophus bursts into the cavern, riding a rainbow of glorious energy. And she turns and her mane shimmers in the light and she goes, "You rang. You needed my aid."
Yes.
Well, I'm here. How may I be of us? Oh, the corruption, the hag. I see, yes. Primrose, what would most help you right now?
Whew. She disappeared. But I think she's still here. And also there's, a ravenous werewolf, that we're sort of friends with, but also kind of fighting. But I don't want to hurt him. And it's sort of really chaotic, and kind of everyone but me is like extremely hurt. Any help would be appreciated. Really, I don't want to dictate what you do. It's you have your own agency, I hope.
I thank you for respecting that, but I also thank you for telling me where I can most be of aid. Here, heal. And she waves her mane, and this glittering magic shimmers. Everyone in the party heals 4 hit points as Theolosophus shimmers her mane upon you all. That's just the wild magic surge at the top of your turn. You can still take your turn.
So that wild magic summoned Theolosophus?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I think that I'm going to just do another healing word on break.
Awesome.
On break.
Go for it.
Okay. Feel so much better now. 8. Man, these D4s are rolling hot.
You heal Brig for 8 points. Go ahead and roll me another D100.
Gosh, I don't want to.
Going pretty good so far.
It could be great.
I've been really good. It's been really good. So now I don't want it to be. Okay. That was almost a mistake. Okay. Okay.
You can do it.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
1.
You continue to feel this surge building in energy. You are like riding the wave of it. I'm going to say that with that, the energy also cascades over to your nearest party member. Brig, you are also going to roll a D100 at the start of each of your turns. That is Primrose. Theolosophus says, "Get that under control, will you?" And she turns to look. She says, "I believe I see a disturbance there," and points her horn to the other balcony on the other side of the room. Trick.
I look at my feathered arms and say, well, I can't fling spells, but I can fling you, Charlie. And I fly over to Charlie and I attempt to hook my feet under his arms.
Oh, no. Okay.
And then I would like to fly him to the center of the room and ready in action to fly him toward and fling him at the hag if and when she reappears.
This is even a halfling, even carrying a halfling with just the flexion in your feet is going to be a feat of strength. Roll me a strength check.
I mean, I'm going to hold on the ankles. I'm not a jerk.
So roll me a strength check.
A 12.
Okay. All right. I will say with Charlie holding on to you, you pull back on your toes and you can carry Charlie back to the center of the room. Woo! Anything else, Trick?
That's all for me.
Amazing. So you are aiding your monk friend in getting across the room. Brig, go ahead and roll me a D100 first.
Mm-hmm. 2
2. You hiccup twice, and 2 of those candy sweeties that you ate earlier, the ones that Granny Altea gave you, come up. And they are floating in space. They have like swelled to a strange and unnatural proportion, and they are looking back at you. And one of them goes, "Oh, hi, Brick." Hello.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh, shucks. Wow. She called me sweetie, says one sweetie to the other sweetie. The other sweetie goes, "Oh, well, 3's a crowd," and starts floating off out of the chamber. Go ahead and take your turn.
Okay, yeah. So I was in a fight over the meat with the my lupine friend over there.
Where'd that meat go? Where'd it go? Let me ask you, your minor illusion trick, is it still floating in the air where her head was? Or did it go
I think
with
I
her?
would have dispelled it at that point when she left.
There's
or
no
disappeared.
more meat, but there is a wolf there to strike down.
And I'm gonna strike at the wolf. I have the great axe, but I also have the
silver
sword. Would it take
yeah.
will it take anything for me to make a switch there?
No, you can pull the other one out.
And that's what I'm gonna do and come like uppercut through Lou.
Heck yes.
Okay, let's see. All right, that is a 21.
That hits. Roll your damage.
All right, yeah. All right. That is 9.
9.
9 slashing.
The first points of damage that Lou has taken this entire battle. As he actually gets cut, he looks down. He's going to make another wisdom save. With a natural 1, he looks back at you, his rage renewed, yellow in his eyes. Max, this sweetie, is recharged his teleportation and is going to disappear and disappear back again next to you, Primrose.
Okay.
And he rolls another natural 1. I like to imagine that he gets there, is like so tired and just pooped from blinking all over the place that he just like goes to bite you, opens his mouth and just like lands on your foot and just like slobbers on you a bit.
We all have those kinds of days.
Charlie.
Well, I think Charlie's going to look up at the winged elf carrying him and say, "Hey, can you go any faster? Is this just about as quick as you go?"
My ready action was to dash, so I can move 6 closer to the balcony.
You see a hag taking form on that balcony. Like soap bubbles, green, murky soap bubbles, just like bloop, 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 forming the body of this hag once more.
So Charlie says, okay, on 2. 1, 2, and then tries to swing off the ankles, and just like, I think unarmed, don't have time to do with weapon stuff, just a big, onto the forehead of this hag from up above.
Okay, first we're gonna have you roll an acrobatics check for these pure circus shenanigans with this glowing, fiery, feathered wizard carrying you through the air and kicking you forward. What did you roll?
It's a 19 acrobatics.
Oh my gosh, you land right on her head. Go ahead and take advantage on that first attack roll.
I don't mind if I do, thank you. That is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
For 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and wouldn't you know it, on On the way down, just gonna try and throw another elbow with that bonus action martial arts, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a 17 to hit for another 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Charlie, as you come and you bam, bam, smash into this hag, her face, like she wasn't fully formed up yet. She was in like soap bubble form and was only partially corporeal again. So as you come down, her face gives way like silly putty. The soap bubbles begin to pop all over the place. You are covered in goo. That part of the cave is just covered in slime. And as you land amidst all of this goo, it begins to dribble away into the natural cracks of stone. The hag's whispers fading away. You look back and the crystal glow is shining and illuminating the pools that begin to recede. The corruption begins to recede. And you hear, "It was an easy job. Just had to kill." And Granny Altea fades from view. Theolosophus gallops over and says, "Is anyone harmed here? Can I be of assistance?"
Emotionally, yeah. Charlie says, wiping inches of slime off of every inch. You have like
Allow me to aid you.
Okay.
And she bows down and just taps the edge of you with her horn. And shing, you are cleaned immediately of this gunk. You are as if you had a nice, relaxing, warm bath, Charlie. Over on the other side of the battlefield, Brig, you are trading blows with Lou, and you both at the same time like blink and look at each other. Lou looks back at you and goes, "Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what came over me. Are you okay? Or I didn't hurt you none, did I?"
I'm fine. I'm sorry too. I just get hungry sometimes, and all bets are off.
Oh my God, I completely understand where you're coming from. It's like sometimes I see like some deer running through the forest, and I'm just like, I gotta get a terrible bite into that, you know?
Yeah, completely. But, and she turns around. Charlie, I'm so sorry.
Forget. Hey, don't. What's a few axe blows between friends? It's no big deal.
I was hungry.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Theolosophus.
Go to jail.
Theolosophus holds her horn up to the sky, and the surging energy in this cavern is siphoned off into the horn, and Primrose, the wand that you were carrying, stops shaking and shooting out random magical effects. It calms, and you look down, Primrose, and you see that Max, kind of slumped over your foot, is changing. And there at your feet, sleepy and drooling on your shoes, is no longer an old hunting dog, but is a young boy.
Oh. Hello.
Oh, hi there. Who
I'm
are
Prim.
you? Oh, Prim. Hi, my name's Chan.
Chan?
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking for you.
You
Are you
have?
okay?
Well, sure, I'm okay. Where are we?
It's a long story. Do you want to hear it? I'm happy to tell you.
Well, Sure, but I better be getting home soon. My parents are probably missing me. I mean, I stepped out to go visit with Granny Altea at the edge of the woods. She tells me good stories too.
Yeah.
Where?
Well,
Wait, this isn't Granny's cabin.
Nope. So, once upon a time.
As you go on to tell this story to young Chan, the group kind of gathers together around the tale that you tell. Lou is there and recognizes his younger brother. And he is just so glad to see you, buddy. Hey, if you all need to get back to where you came from, I actually, I found the portal. I haven't gone through it or nothing because I don't know, if there's going to be like a full moon or anything when I get back. But hey, Chan, buddy, if you need to get back home, these nice folks will help you. They sure helped me.
It was the least we could do, of course. And if you know a way back, I'm happy to take you up on the offer. If you like, maybe we can send you a message out here when it's, waning crescent, perhaps? Waxing gibbous?
That would be great. I ain't seen the folks in a long time. That'd be stellar.
It would be the least we could do for your aid here, Lou. I think when the wild magic went away, did my wings also disappear?
You collapse.
Well, I dare say I like my fingers a little better anyway.
You all spend some time there. You listen to Primrose catch Chan up on what has happened in his absence. Theolosophus goes forth into the forest to heal the corruption that the hag that took over Granny Altea's skin caused here in the wilds and even back on the material plane. Ultimately, you all make your way back to the portal, which you see that same bough of that same copse of trees with the intertwining boughs looks identical, although in twilight here. And as it's time to go, Sal comes up to you, Trick, and says, "Hey, listen, you did a solid for my buddy back there, and I thought you might get more use out of this," and offers you the conch shell.
Sal, this generosity, it is suspect, to say the least, here in the Feywild. But why don't I'll accept this gift from you, and I'll come back sometime and repay you, I think.
You accepted a gift freely of your own free will, so you have no choice, buddy.
Then here you are. This is rather finely crafted. Show it not to Lou, though. He may get the wrong idea. And I hand him the silver dagger.
Oh, you hand over the silver dagger, and he takes it from you and goes, "All right, well, thanks, silver. Great.
Bad
cool.
luck to accept a knife as a gift."
Yeah. As you flip that around on him, Lou says goodbye to Chan and gives him a big old hug and says, maybe I'll see you around next holiday. I'd love to visit you there Are the folks good? And Chan goes, yeah, I mean, Mom and Dad are fine. We sure miss you. They aren't even going to believe that I saw you. They think you drowned in a creek. I wouldn't drown in a creek. I'm a great swimmer. And Lou turns to you, Brig, and says, I was saving this one all the way from the cave. But, well, here you go. And offers you a hunk of really past its prime meat.
This smells incredible. Oh, thank you, Lou. Takes the rotting meat. I'm saving this for later. We can make a good stew for all my friends. And he looks around at everybody. She looks around at everybody, smiling.
Ah, yes, my favorite, past its prime rib.
Puts it away in her bag.
Charlie, Primrose, Brig, and Trick, the portal beckons you forth and on into the material plane.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I guess we better get going. All right, buddy. Here, hold my hand as we go through the portal. Charlie says, like, looking up to hold the hand of this child.
Oh, all right, cool. And as you step through, I need everyone except for Primrose and Trick to make me wisdom saving throws.
That's a 15 for Charlie.
Oh,
13 for Brig.
13 for Brig. You step through this. Oh, and I will have Primrose roll me a d20.
Okay. 13?
13. As you step through the portal, you see it is bright, shining, beautiful, a wonderful day, and you almost can feel the breeze of your past selves stepping through the portal the opposite way, and you have arrived almost exactly at the same time that you left. You look out at the cabin, however, and the cabin is rotting, falling apart, the glamours on it no longer active, as Granny Altea's cabin was also corrupted by that hag. You all recall with perfect clarity your adventures in the Feywild, but a little voice pops out, like the hand that you're holding yanks back, and Chan goes, What are you doing? Who are you people? Get away from me! And he gives you a hit on the shoulder, and he runs away from you back into town, having forgotten everything about his time into the Feywild. So in a moment, we're going to hear epilogues from every single one of your characters. But first, while this may be the end of our adventure, we hope that it's just the start of yours. Yes, you at home. Every single one of us here is a game master who is excited to play with you. Whether you're looking to join an epic campaign or if you have a party and you just need a game master, Tabletale Games has got you covered. So when you're ready for your next adventure, visit us at tabletalegames.com and join the party. Now, let's hear what happens to our party next. Starting with Brig.
Okay, so from here, Brig, she goes to a safe place to dine, while having a bit of her past its prime rib that her party didn't want. She just indulges in the wonderful beers and ales and meads that she can find at the local inn. From there, she ventures on, finding ingredients, finding foods, and bringing them back to try to please the new family that she has found in her party and friends.
That's beautiful. Brig, Brig has quite the constitution to be eating all of these horrible things.
She has a great constitution.
I love you turning down and looking. All of these characters you can actually play. We've made them into our pre-gens. So whenever you play with Tabletale, you can request Brig or Trick or Charlie or Primrose and actually play as them. But enough about that. We're going to turn it over to Charlie. Where does this adventure find Charlie a little while on?
So, as soon as they come across their next bridge, Charlie's going to turn to Trick and say, "Come on, we gotta try it at least once. We gotta try it at least once. Now we know what the troll rules are. So, let's just do a little troll. Just see what happens. Why not?"
But we can't keep anything that we receive.
Well, I just want to see if they do it. Now, I don't know. We won't keep it. I just want to see if anybody's, gonna do the troll toll. It's a prank. It's just a prank.
Seems gauche, but we could give it a try.
All right.
It turns out that non-adventurers are way more terrified of ogres that show up, and they don't even stop to hear you speak. And they run.
Okay, that wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. Okay, we won't do that again.
That will bring us to Primrose.
I think that Primrose has found another art to partake in as she started telling stories and has become somewhat of an orator. And so she's starting to chronicle the exploits that all of her pals and her have gone through, including our walk in the Feywild. Just sort of like, having fun and experiencing the world and trying to make everything just a little bit happier. Because what's the point if you're not going to make it a little bit better than how you left it?
It's beautiful, Primrose. Speaking of leaving things better than you left it and doing good, how does Malatrick find himself after this adventure?
Having had his first taste of really doing a good deed, solving a mystery, and perhaps most importantly, a taste of courage, remembering how he charmed himself. And with a drip into the Feywild, his culture's ancestral home, Malatrick decides it is all right for him to let loose once in a while and allow himself to commingle his past and his present. And when Primrose tells her stories, Malatrick will sit back, relax, and create special effects from behind the scenes.
As the special effects fly and sparklers run across our stream, that is where we will end tonight's story. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to play with you soon.